y'all.
So this is what Super Tuesday was yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Today's Wednesday.
It
so
is.
We got some wins and we got some losses.
Yep.
But okay, my name is Narnique Nikki Grant. I am your co-host for Racing the Races. I'm a mom, an advocate. I ran for office one time. I do substitute teaching. There's a whole host of other things I do, but
jack of all trades.
We got to be jack of all trades, right? And so we're back. We've interviewed a lot of candidates. So today is the day after election.
Yeah, and I think we were supposed to one of the candidates suggested that we get all the winners on, so we should have sent out messages to them. But I guess we kind of maybe we need to process ourselves, and then maybe next week's show will be dedicated to the winners. And they also need to process too, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because some folks however, if you won or lost, you got to deal with it, right? So if you won, you're exhausted because you've been campaigning and being at the polls for the last however many days, so you tired, you be like, yo, just let me go to sleep and process, right? And then if you lost, then you're kind of in your feelings, and the last thing you maybe want to do is talk about that. So I think next week will be a good time to
there's those who have to go on a runoff. So I don't know if we want to talk to those runoff people yet. Giving them some time to process also, because they got to still be on their campaign grind.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of, for me, there was a lot of disappointment for me yesterday.
It was a lot of disappointment, not just some. A lot of disappointment.
I was quite disappointed. And listen, I am not optimistic. I'm not really. I try to be an optimist, but it's very difficult to be an optimist being Black in the United States. So, but I don't want to kill nobody's dreams or nothing like that. But there was some races that I was a little bit perturbed about. That
Oh, really?
I felt like
Good evening, Joy Smith. How are you?
Hey, Miss Smith, how you doing? I was a little perturbed by a few races. I just feel like
elaborate.
Yeah,
I can't talk about races like you can talk about races. I'm gonna let you talk, and then I might say something on some of them, but some of them I'm gonna be like, I got no comment.
I was a little bit like. So the governorship, everybody knows that I was rocking for Nikki Fried, although Charlie Crist won the Democratic nomination, and I will support him.
And we all need to fall in line.
We all need to fall in line.
Get on board. We gotta go ahead and make this work.
Yeah.
Roll up your sleeves.
Yeah. And I plan to do that. Disappointed about that. I'm a bit
because so for me, I'm disappointed probably for different reasons, because I think that the campaign between Nikki Fried and DeSantis would have been good. It just would have been entertaining. It would have been good, because I'm like, I don't think Nikki would have been scared to go low with him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, she'd be like, "Oh, that's what we're doing today," and I think she would have been right there with him, and she would not have been afraid to speak to him however he needed to be spoken to in any particular time. So I think that would have been it would have been interesting to see how that played out. Because for one thing, I think Charlie Crist is he's so much of a politician, and he just sounds he just sounds a little too calm for some of the stuff that our current governor says, right? You need somebody that's gonna match that energy. I just haven't seen smoke. I haven't seen Charlie Crist match energy yet. So, let's see. Maybe he's gonna match that energy and surprise me. But I think that Nikki Fried and DeSantis, people would have paid money to see that. I'd be get the fuck out.
She was like, if he gonna go low, she going to the gutter.
I just know she would have been like, okay, I don't know who you think you're talking to today. You know what I mean? Because she from the 305 all day long.
Oh, right. Listen, hey, I'm gonna fall in line, and I'm gonna support, Chris's campaign. But I got to tell you,
I was hurt.
My issue was not that it would have been interesting with her. I think that it would have been great. But my issue with him, his track record is not all that hot. It's not all that hot in terms of other races he's been in, jobs he's left to run for other races that he's lost. And so for me, I just was, I'm in my feelings about it, because I feel like we really should have taken a chance on not the career politician, but a politician who
who understand the issues.
Not only understand the issues, but she hasn't, even though she wasn't long in her position as the Commissioner of Agriculture, I feel like she wasn't tainted in terms of politics, is what I mean. So I'm a little bit perturbed about that. I'm quite annoyed with some of our local elections.
Okay, so on Nikki, so Carol Collins in the comments, and she said she's disappointed by the primary loss. I mean, I have to say I am, because I was rocking purple shirts. We got a chance to talk to her. I was really excited. I went to a couple events with her, even spoke at one of them and talked about, because, when we talk about freedom to choose, the women's right issue is for real. And we really need somebody who is going to understand that. Like that part right there, like what they're trying to do to women and women in their bodies and their decisions about how they want to make their families and what their family look like is problematic. So I definitely wanted to see that, because I think she would understand that better than Charlie Crist. And that's just one of the reasons for show I wanted to see her win. And of course her stance on marijuana and what she wanted to do for Black farmers. Like I really want to see that. So hopefully Charlie would learn during this process that those are issues that are important to the constituents and people in the state of Florida, and he'll incorporate that in his platform and try to do something about it.
Listen, that is
I believe Nikki had our backs too. I really do.
That's a hope, and I'm hoping that there is some sort of conversation between him and Nikki Fried at some point. Yeah, that's just my thing. Local elections,
what you got to say about them?
I don't know, man. I'm a little bit perturbed about the school board elections. I'm a little bit of, kind of like, really?
I mean, I think there's all of them are in runoffs, right?
No, not all of them.
Two. Like 7, Nora Rupert won.
Yeah, so the ones that are in runoffs,
6 and 7 won. Stephen Julian got his. Did he get 50%?
No. So the runoffs are 1, 5, 6, and 8. Those are the runoffs.
5, 6, and 8. Okay, so 7.
So 4
and 7 were okay.
Are gone. That's it.
4 and 7 are gone. So Kimberly Coward did really well. Considering she got in on the last day. For her to have gotten that many votes, I think had she started earlier, she would have had like a really good chance of winning. I think it just wasn't a lot of time to make up all that ground, especially when you're running against an incumbent. But I think she did pretty good for someone that just, really campaigned for 2 months, to make, for 2 months she did that. And
she did a lot of ground. Short space of time.
Yeah, but Nora won.
Nora won her seat. Which is I'm
I think that's good for her, because she wasn't named in that indictment. In that grand jury indictment, so she gonna get to keep her job. It's the grand jury indictment coming out at the time that it just annoys me. Like, wait, and I'm gonna have to tell you, like, one of those candidates that was named that indictment, I started to see extra signs with her name on it. Boy, it was like one of the corners by my house. It was like it used to be 1, and then all of a sudden it was 4. I was like, yo, you just finna really just be like, I don't care.
I was getting bombarded by her emails and text messages. I was
she went harder. She went harder.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I think I have my own issues with the grand jury and whatever they decided that they wanted to release or whatever. Mm-hmm. Some of the information, was something that has been going on in the school board for years. But it took a tragedy.
Good evening. How you doing?
Good evening. Good evening, Tamiko. I was just a little bit perturbed by the.
So the tone of it was interesting, right? Like part of it was serious, and then part of it was just a little too like. I'm like, the tone is gonna make people think like y'all a little biased, maybe not credible, and that kind of stuff. Because some parts of it was a little flippant in the way they did the
character flaws, like this person is doing that. I'm like, I need the real meat and potatoes. Like, don't be coming here giving out grand jury information and the stuff is not, I don't know. It was all, I don't know, man. So I'm a little bit perturbed about that. The judges, we got runoffs in the judges.
Yeah, except for one. I think so only Marty Levy Cohen she won because she got 50.38% or something like that. But Casey, like she came real strong. She came real strong.
Listen,
she almost had it.
She almost had it, and for her as a newcomer and whatever, it really kind of put like I thought that was commendable. Judges groups 23, 51, 15, and
so 20. Nobody don't know nothing about no numbers. You need to call some names and say who's in the runoff on November the 8th. Those numbers mean absolutely nothing. You got to tell the names. Who's in the runoff November 8th?
Gary Farmer and Tanya Williams will be having a runoff. Okay, that's group 23. And then you have Lauren beat that Gunderson.
Yeah.
Landslide. And then you have
and Gunderson was Andrea was the incumbent.
She was.
Yeah, the seat. Yeah.
People were tired. Hamilton, Tamar Hamilton, as well as Lorena, I can't pronounce her, Master Rigo.
Yeah, so she's a twin. So I volunteered at a couple of spots. Her twin sister was at one, so I met her twin sister and I met her parents. So they were all out, and the parents were in Tamarack and the twin sister was in Coral Springs. So her family was out there supporting her.
All right, so that's group 51. So Tamar Hamilton and Lorena Mastri Rigo.
Yeah, and she's out of the public defender's office, is my understanding.
That's group 51. They're having a runoff. And then you have Suzette Hyde.
Yep.
And Chris Marion Brown. They're going to be having a runoff.
So it's interesting because I can't remember seeing anything. I can't even remember who Marion Brown is. I watched a few panels, but so it's interesting enough that the person's not memorable to me, but they got the highest percentage of votes in that. But for whatever reason,
he was memorable to me because he's the one that they asked, what kind of organizations are you affiliated with? And he
that's him with the one with the kid with his kid. Okay. So see, I do. Okay, so now I know who you're talking about because I saw it. I'm like, I don't remember who that was, but okay.
I was like,
okay,
so your only organization is making.
Was it all involved his kid or something like that?
I'm not knocking the foundation, but they said community. So
okay. Now I know who that is because I was like, I couldn't just remember it from the name alone. All right, I remember that I remember him from the thing.
So so November ballot is gonna have Charlie Crist, Val Demings. Woo woo! Val Demings clink. She clicked.
Yes. The rest of the people that was she like but it's good. But she still needs to talk to those folks because they still had like between the three of them, they had like 100 and something thousand votes. And remember the last Senate race when it was between Rick Scott and Bill Nelson, that race came down to 10,000 votes.
It sure did.
That race came down to 10,000 votes. So even those folks that she beat, she need to like holler at them, talk to them, like, how could y'all have a campaign? What y'all gonna do? Because those numbers matter.
Holler at your fellow Democrats, Ms.
Wait. Somebody said, yeah, she did drag him in that race. She did that. She had over 1 million votes, which is very good.
She smashed it.
But we ain't gonna say nothing bad because we gonna need them to tell their people to vote for them.
No, they need to fall in line. They need to fall in line they need to fall in line. That's all that it is. It's not about you need to fall in line.
Fall in line. We need
why we need to fall in line because Florida's going to hell in a handbasket. It is serious up in Tallahassee.
Not only that, so Val Demings is trying to go to the U.S. Senate, so she's going to D.C. and we need them numbers to flip.
Absolutely.
Above 51, 52, 53. We have a chance to do that, and we absolutely need to do that.
Absolutely. So we're on that Val Demings train.
And then I think she can like with her being on the ballot and people excited about voting for her, hopefully she can bring along all the rest of the Democrats that's on the down ballot too. So
agreed. Yeah. So she clinched that. I'm excited about her. Amaris Ayala.
Yeah, she did that too.
She did that too.
That should be going against Ashley Moody. We'll see how that goes. That's gonna be interesting too.
That is gonna be interesting. But you know what? I've seen her in action before, and I've seen her speak. She's not afraid of no debate.
So I don't think she definitely ain't afraid of no debate. I think she's from like New York or something like that. So so that's gonna be
We don't have a problem talking to you.
But Ashley has that name that you can't tell what she is. You know what I mean? Ashley could be black, she could be white, she could be whatever.
But thanks to the governor and his shenanigans,
people know who she is now.
So it's not like
press conferences with him.
Like Ashley Moody. No, she a whole white woman.
Yeah, talking crazy stuff.
So Lauren Book and Barbara Sharief's race. Okay, so one of us can't speak about it, but I can.
I'm staying out of that one.
I can talk about it. I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit taken aback by that. Although I feel like, Lauren Book tried to really come for Barbara. And if you watched her
at some point they was coming for each other, but okay. So I don't know if what's her name was responding, but I
think Barbara was responding from Lauren coming for her. So I think that that was fair. I feel like what's that term when you're in the courtroom and then you say something but you open the door, now you can't take it back.
No, it's opening the door. Yeah, you open the door for that. Mm-hmm.
There's a term that they use during a trial or whatever, where they were like, oh no, counsel opened the door, Your Honor, so we can't so Lauren Book was trying to give her the business, and then Barbara was like, this is what you want.
So Barbara Sharief is also from the 305.
Oh, Liz. But I was a little bit surprised.
I was surprised that she lost by that much.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised.
Even if she was gonna lose, I didn't think she would lose by that much.
I didn't think she was gonna lose by that much. I didn't think she would lose by almost like she was 60, and it was like
2-1. It was like 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah, that was surprising for me. But listen, you win some, you lose some. Miss Sharief has been in the business and politics for quite some time, and maybe we'll see her somewhere else. But she fought the good fight, I guess. I don't know.
Lauren Book is my state rep, so I ain't got nothing bad to say about it because I'm gonna be calling her office when I need some.
I know you right. Child. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna call your office like I need help.
You know what I'm saying? Like whoever takes over, it is what it is. So my state rep is Jared Markowitz now, since he got the Democratic nomination.
So Lauren Book and Barbara Sharief, that was state. No, but Markowitz is going to the US Congress. He's going to the U.S. Congress. Yeah,
but I think he's going on another, because there was somebody running in the Republican running, so he has to go back in November. He does have a chance.
He does, but ain't that like a strongly Democratic thing where it's almost like a formality?
Yeah. So right. It is what it is. So that's that, and then Sheila Shepard McCormick.
Woo! She's like, 5 votes. So that whole 5-vote conversation is over. She's like, bruh. She had asked about me.
Dusted. Okay. She was like, Dale Holness who? Who is that?
Yeah, she basically was like, don't come for me no more. Don't come no more.
Mr. Holness just needs to kind of figure out what he want to do with the rest.
No, but I understand why he thought he could win. I do, because if you lose by 5 votes, then it's like, come on, you got a chance of winning, right? So I understand why he ran again, because the rest of them was like, yeah, the rest of them 19 people that was in that race, they're like, listen, we ain't playing with this lady, okay? So they're like, I'm gonna save my little coins and go somewhere else. They were like, I'm gonna save my coins because she be having fish fries every other Saturday. So
sure was.
I mean? So they're like, I'm gonna save my money. I ain't messing with her.
Listen.
And Dale was like, I only lost by 5 votes. So let me see what's up, right? Man, she's like, all right, bro, you don't want none of this.
Something. And when she was on the campaign trail, she was like, Dale, who are we talking
She didn't
about?
say that. She was just saying, listen. She's like, I'm the only one with legislative experience, because she was there doing it.
That girl might as well say Dale who.
Like Nancy
That girl might as well
Pelosi.
say Dale who.
She had pictures with Kamala Harris.
Who you talking
like,
about?
Jacob Wilson endorsed her, so Dale was like, but and what was up? And I'm sorry, Dale. I listen, brother. I'm just saying what I'm saying, right? Dale broke out a picture with him and Obama when they both had black hair. I was like,
like, sir.
Yo. No. Yeah. Sheila was like, don't do this no more.
She blew him clear out the water. She was
She's like, just in case you didn't understand what happened, let me show you.
Back to Washington I go.
Back to Washington. Yeah, she did that. I ain't mad at her.
mad at her. I am not mad at
and
her.
I ain't getting a whole bunch of emails from her asking me for no money. So that was even better. I was like, she didn't ask me for no money. She did this.
Yo,
he got knocked out. Yeah. Mace Smith was like, yo, he got knocked out. He sure did. He sure did. So there's no question about the
I'm not laughing at the loss. I'm just laughing that, you know, here we have a woman candidate prior to when she was trying to fill the seat that was vacant. And you have people, you know, basically coming for her because she put money in her own account or her campaign account. When white men were doing it for years, like
all of them do it, not white men, everybody, all the people with money do it. So that's
listen. You don't tell a candidate how much money they can.
You don't tell nobody how to spend their money. That's what you want to do. Let her do it.
So she came in there and she was like, "I'm not playing with y'all."
She was not playing with none of them.
Okay, so she's like, "You want this smoke? You want this Sheila Sheffers McCormick smoke? You
gonna get it? I be doing French fries every other Friday.
You gonna get it? Okay."
And she was doing town halls and everything, right?
Ooh, she was doing a whole tour in District 20. She was like, "Hey, how y'all doing?"
And she was involved with engage the community on every level. No platform was too small, too big. I know someone that has like a radio show. She advertised on the small stations, big station, Haitian radio, everything. She did it. So
she did that thing, honey.
She did it.
Can we just go ahead and just congratulate Naomi Blumer? Can we go ahead and just congratulate? Naomi.
Naomi did that. And you know, and I'm gonna have to say, like, when she first said she was running statewide, I'm like, you finna run statewide? Like, what you doing, right? But then when I saw the ballot and I saw her name was first, I called Nikki. I was like, she's gonna win the nomination. Now, whether or not she becomes the commissioner of agriculture, as soon as I saw that her name was first on the ballot, she was the only female in that race, and I didn't recognize any of them other two names. I'm like, she's gonna win. Because people gonna go in there, they be like, I don't know none of these people. She on top, she's a woman, she got a good name. There you go.
Listen,
and I'm not saying that's the only reason folks voted for her. That's why some people voted for her.
When we saw it the first time, the first thing Sandra said, she's like, you know, she's gonna get that right.
She's gonna win.
I said, you think so? She's like, yeah, man. She's at the top of the ballot. She's a woman, a black woman. She's a Haitian. She's like from the Caribbean.
All that.
So,
I just said she was female top of the ballot. She was winning. She was gonna win.
It's on and popping. So I'm gonna need all Democrats. Y'all gonna have to get it together because she do have to run against
a Republican that's like the Senate majority.
He was the Senate president.
He's the president, president of the Senate. A DeSantis friend too, because he's the one that came. Remember when DeSantis came out the year before with the protest bill? He was one of the ones that was standing with it when it wasn't even a law.
Yeah,
He's with it,
But we will dive into that in our weeks coming in our shows because we're gonna really put all his information out there so you can see what we up against. All right, because I'm telling you right now, you get somebody like that to be a commissioner of agriculture or whatever, you will never see weed up in here.
The Republican guy.
Man,
yeah, no, he's Ain't no black farmers about to get nothing. Ain't no black people about to get no weed license.
Not at all.
Consumer protection. It's gonna be pro business. Like and if we look,
I'm listening.
I was about to have a little bit of an elitist moment. I really was, but I stopped myself. I was about to have a little bit of an elitist moment.
Listen, let me tell you, y'all need to
have a moment. I stopped myself.
Okay, so that's Debbie Wasserman Schultz won.
Yeah.
But
that's almost like hands down.
Yeah, and I said to Sandra, I said, but this is Carla Spalding gonna be running against her in November. She was like, she ain't gonna win.
She got money to spend. Hey, but we're not dream killers, so go ahead, Carla, spend your money.
We not. But you're not gonna win. If you feel like you want to take the mammoth, that is Debbie Wasserman Schultz, hey, by all means.
And there's some talk that the House of Representatives may flip, Republican just because, but it ain't gonna be because Debbie Wasserman Schultz lost her seat. It ain't gonna be because of that. That's some of that Midwestern, some other stuff. Some of the folks that decided not to win, but Debbie got this.
Debbie got that.
Yeah, Debbie got this.
So everybody. So Dottie Joseph, District 108, 100.
Yeah. So she had two opponents in her race. We're talking to Miami-Dade right now. So she had two opponents. A Haitian brother, attorney named Michael Etienne, and Roy Hardiman, who I think Dottie actually beat him. That's how she got the seat, right? Because she beat him like 2, 3, 4 cycles ago, and he keeps running. And I'm like, bro, you came in third this time, so you really need to just let it go because you ain't gonna beat her. You might beat somebody else, but you're not gonna beat her. And turning the other guy, he spent some money, and you know, Dottie kept her seat because she's doing a great job, and she's known in her community. She got redistricted too, but she's so well known that you know it didn't matter that even though she got redistricted.
She got 53.47% of the vote, so she won by a landslide. The judges, those Haitian judges in
Fred Serafin kept his seat and Lodi Jean kept her seat too. And the person, so there was a Della Partilla, you know, this well-known, very affluent person went after Fred Serafin. He did a lot of dirty did a lot of dirty things during the campaign, and we were glad to see that Fred came out on top because
we're happy to see it. Yeah. There was a lot going on.
That guy didn't have the character to be a judge based on the things that he was doing.
Yeah, and there was a lot going on in those two races with both those judges, and I'm glad to see that they retained their seat, and the people saw that these people, you know, that they were doing a good job, and they were
doing a good job.
Yeah, so. We're glad that they were successful. You know, listen.
Ashley Gant won too, 109. She beat James Bush.
She sure did. Congratulations. Yeah. I was very, very pleased to see that. I was very
first time candidate. She beat an incumbent. You know, she dethroned him.
She sure did. Listen, we've always said that we don't think anybody should be running unopposed. Like,
he definitely shouldn't have ran unopposed because he was on the other side. Even though he was a Democrat, he was.
Let me tell you, if anybody who wants to run for office believes that they can do a better job than the incumbent, we insist that you run for office.
If you're running against Frederica Wilson.
So
even if you think you can do a better job.
Hey, listen.
We got 91% of the vote over there. So,
listen, I'm not a dream killer either. I feel like even if she's been the incumbent for how long?
I mean, go ahead and run against her, but I
should. And listen, I ain't got nothing against. I have nothing but respect for Miss Wilson. But I think that there comes a time where at some point we got to pass the baton.
Well. So I guess somebody
we need to be grooming people
ready to go, then somebody will get in there. But she beat that person by 91%.
I know, but I think respectfully, I'm saying those elected officials who's been sitting in those seats for years and years and years, I think at some point they need to start making a plan to groom the next generation to take on the baton and move things forward. Not to say that they're not doing anything good or they're saying, I just think that we need to kind of move. That's what's part of the part of growing and moving and progression is always moving forward and bringing along new generations.
So Tamiko, she called it a succession plan. And I think that would have, if Alcee did that, you know, rest in peace, then we wouldn't have had 21 candidates.
Not only Alcee, but
John Lewis. But Naima Williams, the person who actually took his who won after him, she's a good person. She was part of the Democratic Party for a long time.
I'm not saying she's not a good person, but there needs to be
but they didn't have 20 people in their race either, though. They didn't do that. They didn't do what South Florida did. So yeah, Naima, who won, who took over his seat, she's a good replacement for him.
No, and I don't doubt that at all. I just think that those older elected officials like you know, Auntie Maxine, you know, those people, there needs to be a succession plan, period. I just think that you know, as a people, as a community, we need it more than any other race. We need to be able to have our people have a seat at the table, not this hit or miss or a bunch of us coming into one seat trying to run for one seat. I just think that's counterproductive for us. I think that we need to be able to have a succession plan and bring the next generation in to make sure that we continue on having a voice both in the Senate and in the House, having a voice in local elected positions, and just be in every spot. I think we deserve that. I think that those who are there before us should realize that. That's just my thing.
So Mark Spence says Sheila ran against Hasty when she was a long shot. She did. She ran against him twice when she was a long shot. Yep, she sure did.
She sure did. She was consistent, and that's one of the things I respect about her. She was
and for the same seat. She kept running for the same seat. Some people they be all over the place.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's what I said. That she kept it consistent.
Yeah.
I respect that about her. I feel like you keep on, and that to me shows that you have a level of passion for that community. You know what I'm saying? But
so Carol Collins is saying the voter turnout in Collier was pathetic because it was 27%. Broward County didn't even have 20%, right? Well,
we were literally at 20%.
Right at 20%. Okay, so Broward County was lower than you, Ms. Collins.
And Miami-Dade was at 19%.
Yeah, and Palm Beach did better. I think they were at like 35. I think Palm Beach did better. They had about, because Terry Rizzo posted it, so I think they were in the 30s.
So 27% is higher than what we did. So.
Yeah, you know, it's low considering, you know what I mean? It's low, but yeah.
What do you predict will happen with the city commissioner seats? Well, listen, somebody won last night that I was like...
No, city commission, those races are in November.
Oh, those races are in November. Oh, right.
Those races are November 8th.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, county she may be asking about county. Or Tamika must be meaning about county commission. She's talking about seat 8 and 9. So Robert McKenzie won his race, and Hazel Rogers beat Gattell. Don't ask me which one's 8, which one's 9. I just know that those are the two people that came out on top. So Hazel Rogers, she beat Gattell, Ruiz Nicola, and Robert McKenzie beat Bobby DeBose and Old Sicard. So we'll see.
I think she's talking about maybe city commissioners. I'm not sure which city commissioners you're talking about, but the county commission.
But those city commission races not till November.
Not until November, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them, so we'd have to actually do a whole show on that and break that up.
Ben Fur, I think Ben, is it Fur or whatever is it Fur? He won his seat back. He's the incumbent and he kept his seat. He beat his opponent by like 69% of the vote.
Yeah.
Marie Woodson won her seat. Hey, Miss Woodson.
Yes, she did.
So did.
Yeah. But she didn't have no real competition. She didn't. Imran was one of the ones that was running for District 22, and we didn't see any of his signs until like 2 days before the election or something like that. So I don't know what he's doing.
I have no idea.
I don't know what he's doing.
He said Lauderhill, Lauderdale Lakes. Yeah, we're gonna be looking to see. And the thing is, on the Broward SOE website, which is the Broward what is it?
It's like Broward Votes now.
Yeah, supervisor of election website does not have the city's information. We have to go to each individual city, look up to see who's running in those cities, and then we'll be able to kind of talk about who's doing what in what cities. So that's a project that we're gonna do. I'm gonna jump on that and see who's running for what. I know that there's Miss Graves. I hope I'm pronouncing it.
Latricia Graves. Yeah.
The city of Fort Lauderdale has 3 commissioners that left.
Yeah. So Yvette DeBose is running for one of those seats. So I know she's running for one of those seats. So yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be.
Listen, those races are very important because those are people that are literally making the decisions every day.
Yes, they are.
Your everyday life in your city.
So y'all need to be on top. So we will definitely.
And I know Lauderdale Lakes. Grant is running again. She's running for re-election.
Oh yeah, she's doing a phenomenal job. Yeah. She's doing a phenomenal job. Denise Grant, she's doing a phenomenal job.
Wait. So is Yvette running against Denise Grant, or those are the people?
No.
I don't think so.
Denise
that Laylee Pierre, I think, is running against Denise. That Miguel.
She ran against her before.
I think they're running. I think they're running again. I think she's running against Denise.
Well, yeah, we will reach out to Denise.
Oh, they said Denise is Lauderhill.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's right. But I think that Miguel Pierre person is running against Denise in Lauderhill, and your Yvette is running for Fort Lauderdale Commission. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. We will. I will definitely.
Yeah. I knew. I heard that. Yeah. I know that campaign. I know that campaign manager.
Yeah, and I know who that Pierre. I know Pierre too.
I know the person. I know that person's campaign manager.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to reach out to her and find out if we related because that's my surname. Pierre is my surname.
Yo, you and half the Haitians in Haiti, last name Pierre. Yo, my cousin's last name is Pierre too.
Okay, we got to go find out, child, because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? And then the funny thing is, Denise Grant's last name is my last name because my husband's last name Grant. I haven't tried to find out if she's related to my husband, but I'll make sure
I mean, you funny talking about if a Pierre related to you. Are you crazy?
That's like half the island, sis.
Listen, sure. That's like 50% of them Haitians, and then another 40% their last name is Jean, and then the rest of us is like all mixed up. Then the next 10% is something else.
Yeah, Tamiko, Udine is in county commission. He's not in Fort Lauderdale. Udine is on a county commission. He's
county commission. Yeah, no, she's running for a city commission seat.
She's running for a city.
So I think Mark Spence is running for Lauderdale Lakes. Is that right, Mark? You running for county city commission for Lauderdale Lakes? Oh, they saying Pierre is everywhere. Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah, Pierre is everywhere. That's your cousin. You're funny.
Are you running for? Let us know if you're running for Lauderdale Lake. It looks like you're running for Lauderdale.
He said yes, C1. Okay, all right. So we're gonna have to talk to him.
We're gonna have to talk to you, sir. You need to come on here and have a
conversation to come talk to us.
Wait a minute. Isn't Lauderdale Lakes where Hazel Rogers used to be mayor?
Isn't it Lauderdale? She's in one of them. I always get them mixed up.
Or is it North Lauderdale?
No, it's not North Lauderdale. It's either Lauderdale or Lauderdale Lakes.
It's not. No, it's not Lauderdale. I know it has to be Lauderdale Lakes. I was told that Lauderdale Lakes had like a whole female commission group. Like they were all females. Let us know, Mark.
Lauderdale.
Yeah, she was the okay. Thank you, Latricia. Yeah, I thought it was something like that.
She was female. Yeah, because Ray Martin's in Lauderdale. Because he's in Lauderdale.
Yeah.
With Jabbo. Jabbo and somebody else. Yeah, they were Lauderdale.
Rogers is Lauderdale Lakes. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw Ray Martin at he said yes, all females. That's why
all female in Lauderdale Lakes. Okay.
I think I saw Ray Martin at Mackenzie's thing party on Facebook. I think that was it.
So we ain't gonna talk about no Facebook videos because I saw a video yesterday with elected officials. So you trying to start mess? I'm not talking about that.
Start no mess. I'm just y'all go ahead and go on Facebook and peruse your Facebook, child. Go see these victory parties.
These videos. People might be like, "Oh, you associated with?" Don't be messing up your chances now. Because
I'm just saying,
listen,
get caught up in people
party videos, and people be like, "Who was that video?" Okay. You ain't $20.
It's telling us
and that's some y'all fundraising. You better be careful with their videos on Facebook.
Mark Spence is laughing at us. Listen, let me tell you something. I saw some videos. I was like, this is what we doing? Oh, okay.
Doing because your race is in November. Don't do that.
I don't think you should be with a whole bunch of people. I don't think you should be in nobody's victory.
You never know, man. People petty, right? There's some people that's petty. They see you in a video with the wrong person. They be like, "Oh, okay, that's what you're doing today. All right."
No, that would be their next flyer.
Y'all better be careful with the people recording. And there might be some people drinking wine in those videos too.
There was some dirty wine going on. There was some champagne. People getting lit. Child.
You should never be on no video drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, them photos should not be public. Are you kidding me? No.
At all. We about that, Tamiko. We about letting people celebrate.
You can turn up, but you should not let them celebrate. But you should not be on no Facebook with no drink in your hand. As no elected official.
And not dirty
wine. Photo number one.
And you shouldn't be twerking either.
And you ain't had no lift outside, to take you home. You better stop.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying don't celebrate, but
I saw some videos.
No reason.
It was like, wait a minute.
Don't give them a reason.
Listen, I'm telling you. So listen,
Wait, what about C5? You ain't talking. What's happening with C5, C1? Because they're in runoffs too, right? Ooh. So it's gonna be Jeff Holness and
I do.
Ruth Carter Lynch.
It was school board 1, 5, 6, and 8. So Jeff Holness.
What about one? So it's Rod Velez and who? Murray's daughter.
Yep.
Okay.
Rob Velez and Murray's daughter. Seat 5 is
okay. So we're not gonna blame the daughter for her mama's misdeeds.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
everybody different. All right. So Rob Velez and what's her name? Mary Murray. What's her name?
Her name. I'm gonna
she got 3 M's in her name. What's her name? I was gonna say Mary Martha Murray, but that's not true.
Mary Magdalene. No, that's not her name. Her name is Marie Murray Martin.
Oh, okay. So I was close. It wasn't a Martha. All right. So Marie Murray Martin
and Rod Velez will be running against each other in November.
Yeah, okay.
And Miss Ruth Carter Lynch and
Jeff Honus
will be running against in November. And then you have Stephen Julian and Brenda Pham or Farm, whatever. Brenda Pham is not a fan of people. I'm just saying.
So you know her?
Brenda's not. Yeah, Brenda. I don't know her, but I know of her, and Brenda's not good for us, is what I'm saying.
Okay, y'all heard it. I ain't saying it because I don't know, but okay.
I'm just saying, based on the information I know, she's not good for us.
Okay.
Nora Rubert won against Mercedes. I'm glad that happened. And then for seat 8, the incumbent is going to be running against Dr. Zeman.
The incumbent who they said should lose her job. So let's see how that goes.
Listen, I'm not about this losing the job thing or whatever. Listen, I don't know.
She learned from the error of her ways. And they approved that money. They approved that they.
What era is it? I need to know what the era we talking about, because when I read the report, I'm still trying to figure out what we talking about. That's all I'm saying.
They said Corn needs to go. Zeman connected to past corruption. It should.
So
it should have been. Oh, Zeman is connected to the past corruption. It should have been Adderley. I agree. Adderley, yeah, I agree. And Adderley came in like 4th. So these people. So that Mo Hilton dude had like.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what he had.
I don't even know who voted for him. That's one of those things. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say about the Mo Hilton guy. That is the power of a palm card. Okay, because this dude, I saw him on one panel, and if y'all know me, I watch way too many of them to the point where I need to stop doing things that don't pay me for real. That dude was on one panel. He was horrible. See, she said, "Who is Mo Hilton?" See, that's right. Who is Mo Hilton? Mo Hilton got like 20-something% of the votes. Okay,
he got like 40%.
That's the power of a palm card. Because them people went and voted for that dude because he was on the card.
Let me tell you, he was
on the red card, mind you. He was on a red card, not any blue card.
He was on the red card. And if you know what red card means, that's all we need to tell you.
He was on a red card.
When he was on his thing or whatever.
They fell in line and voted for a dude that they didn't even know.
They didn't. Okay, I'm just saying that's why y'all need to fall in line, because you see how red falling out with somebody.
Fell in line and that dude came in 3rd. And Adderley was on MS. And Adderley done put in that work and came in 4th. But that's because
He came in 3rd.
He came in 3rd. Oh, he did. Okay, he came in 3rd.
Okay, he came in 3rd. But here's the thing.
That Mo dude, the numbers were close.
Very. I'm gonna tell you how close it was. Adderley had 50,961 votes, and he had 41,812. That is disgraceful
for somebody that nobody ain't know. 40,000 votes. For somebody y'all ain't know.
Disgraceful. Let me tell you something. They had a conversation. They asked that man about.
I guess that wasn't close. But considering he put in let me tell you about this Mo Hilton dude. The dude had $2,700. He spent $400 and got 40,000 votes. Come on, y'all. That dude had $2,700, and he spent like 400 of it and got 40,000 votes.
And let me tell you something. This man, they asked him about CRT. He said ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with the law, and he don't know what y'all talking about and why y'all making a big deal out of nothing. The next thing they asked this man about how he feel about with getting more money. The referendum. He talking about something. His analogy was. And I quote, it's like when you make a what did he say? You make a Rice Krispie treat and you put sawdust in it. And then you give it to the person and then you make it again, you put some more sawdust on it. I mean, the first time they didn't taste it. The second time they probably tasted a little bit. I'm like, so I put in the chat, I said,
what are you talking about? Nobody knows and you don't either.
I said, has the man read the budget?
So she said, Adderley. So I must have saw the results before they were full, before they were complete. Because she said Adderley and Zeman were close.
I'm looking at the results now. Adderley Zeman got 69,998 votes.
Okay.
And Adderley got 50,960
Okay.
votes.
And what about Corn? Because I think Corn and
71,500.
yeah, they were close. Okay.
They were very close. So that's why they're gonna do a runoff.
But for that dude to get 41,000 votes, he spent $400. Nobody don't know him.
I'm telling you, if
that's
he
the power of a palm card. That's all I'm gonna say.
If he wasn't in this race, we would be having a different conversation, and Adderley might have been the one.
Yes, no, the red card was not the blood of Jesus. it was
not. It was not.
Yep, that dude got 40,000.
I'm gonna put what she said.
It was not.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's what that was.
Yeah, that was a power. That was a powerful palm card.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't see what Tamika wrote and then holding his name again. I'm just saying, yes, girl. Yeah. That's what we did. That's what we're doing.
All right. So we got all. So that's the school board folks.
That's the school board folks. We have we talked about the judges.
All the reps that won.
Yep. And then the referendum. Did the referendum need 60% or 50% to pass?
But I think they got what, like 57? I think
they got 57, 52. But what is the amount? I think that there's a threshold they have to meet in order for
it to pass.
Yes, that's what I thought. It had to be like 60%. Because I remember in 2018 they had passed a new thing saying
Amendment 4 that it had to be 60%.
60%. But they also said that the amendments, whatever we had to. In order for referendums to pass, they need to be at a 60% threshold. So I'm wondering if that's what it is. I just want to make sure.
So that meant it may not have passed, because I heard on the news today that they said it passed and the Broward County voted to pay more taxes to give the teachers money.
Maybe they needed 50% then. Maybe
that's what I heard. So
I thought that was wrong. So that the referendum passed, so now they get that extra $1 million or $1.5 million that they were looking for. That the superintendent claims that 75% of that is going to go to teacher pay, and the rest is going to. I think 18% goes to mental health, and then the rest is
safety and security.
Yeah, safety and security or something like that.
They said, please find out that information for me because I do not need my taxes to increase.
Listen, our taxes,
more money mismanagement. Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
But the board looks like it's gonna be different though. It's gonna be some different folks on there. And if these men win, I think it's gonna be like 4 guys on the board.
If they win. If they win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be potentially 4 men on the board.
I agree with you, Mr. Neptune. Expect housing costs to go up again now that taxes are going up. I agree. It's true.
Everything going up.
Everything going up. I'm all about changing and making representation matter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what this board gonna look like, but what I do know is that the school board deals with curriculum, and I want to make sure that we're not out here acting like
about involuntary servitude.
I'm just saying.
Involuntary relocation.
In Texas, they wanted to change things in the school books to say that there wasn't slavery. It was involuntary relocation.
But we have to give a shout out. Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But before we move from the politics, we got to give a shout out to Maxwell Frost. He's out of Orlando, right? He won his primary to be the Democratic candidate for District 10 in Orlando.
Very nice.
That's important because the dude is 25 years old.
Yeah.
I think he's Afro-Latino.
Yep.
And if he wins, he will be the youngest person ever elected to Congress, right? But he's going against somebody named Calvin Winbush, a Republican out there. The area is kind of red, can go, but Maxwell Frost, they were talking, he's a Gen Zer, they were talking about him, so we had to give him like a shout out. And
you see why I feel like our older elected officials need to have a succession plan, because I truly believe that Gen Z, millennials, whatever you want to call them, they have a lot to offer. They have a lot to give. I mean, like, it's important, you know what I mean? So I really hope that at some point they start to realize that, and they start to surround themselves and have a succession plan and groom people, young people, to really kind of, and it's all about progression. You know what I mean? Not progressive, but progression. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Andrew Nixon in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
that's another person.
That's another person we need to shout out. So yeah, so it was, it was definitely an interesting.
It was
an interesting election.
It was
yesterday. I think we talked about all the folks that we need to talk about, right?
Yeah.
I'm going through to make sure we didn't miss anybody.
So now as we move to November.
So that was the District 97 seat, because that's all these redistricting, right? Yep. That was the race with Saima Faruqi, Kelly Scurry, and Lisa Dunkley. Yep. So Lisa Dunkley won, and she won. So she don't got, she got 62% of the votes, and she won.
There was
you remember her from panels?
Who? The hungry
Lisa
girl?
Dunkley. See, I don't either, right? That's that thing, top of the ballot, female. Because Saima has done a lot of work in the community. Kelly was at everything they invited him to, he showed up and spoke, right? Yep. And they went to someone that I guess people in her community might know her, but
I don't know who she is.
I know someone who knows her because one of my colleagues, they know her well, but I don't remember seeing her. And if I did, I don't remember. She was the cookie wash. She has a cookie wash business. I don't know what cookie wash is. What's cookie wash?
She said she had the what now?
A cookie wash business.
What's a cookie
I don't even know what that is.
What's cookie wash? We washing cookies? I didn't know we had to wash.
Maybe it's a car wash is Cookies Car Wash or something.
Oh, Cookies Car Wash, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know what cookie wash is. But congratulations. Okay, we're not talking bad about you. I'm sorry, y'all. But thank you. Congratulations.
Well, we didn't know who she was.
We didn't know she was. I didn't know who she was. I don't remember seeing her on panels. No. I know that Kelly was everywhere. Saima is everywhere. She does a lot of work. And then, because people probably ain't know now one of them. For the average voter, probably don't know none of them. They just went top of the ballot, female, And again, I'm not saying she didn't win on her merits, but
And then you have District 101 with Hillary Castle.
With Hillary Cassell, Tom DeLay,
Miller, and
Miller was in that race.
Yeah, and Hillary won her
seat. And then 98, that was with Patricia Hawkins Williams, and someone named Carmen Jones. So she won her race handily, 74% of the race. Darrell Campbell got reelected. He ran. Elijah ran against him again, and he was reelected handedly too. 70. It was like a 70-30 split. So Darrell Campbell is going back. Remember, he took over Bobby DeBoe's seat, so he served a partial term, and then now he's going to have a full 2-year term as a state rep. Okay, 101. That was the one you just talked about. 105 was Marie Woodson. She won her seat.
Yep.
And you said Beam Fur won against somebody named Jeffrey Jones.
Right.
And we talked about the other seats already. We talked about the other seats, and we talked about the judges.
We talked about the judges. We have some judges that are going for not re-election, but runoffs in November. So you guys have to look out for that. Right. I mean, it was busy. It was busy yesterday. Poor Joe. Joe had a lot of work to do yesterday.
Yeah. But his results came out early because at Nikki's event, she conceded pretty early on in the night, like by 8 o'clock and stuff.
Yeah.
She was giving her concession speech.
Yep. She sure did. And I think I wasn't aware that Chevron Jones was running, but I guess he was.
Yeah, he was running. Yeah, he won too. He won.
Yeah,
and he got redistricted. A lot of his district is now in Miami-Dade. And he had to introduce himself.
Yeah.
He did win his seat. He won his seat, and he had to convince the people in the 305 to vote for him.
Let me tell you something. I keep telling people, you keep telling people too, your vote matters.
It does. It does, man.
Your vote don't matter. Your vote matters. This is serious business. Okay. Yes. I really want people to understand how serious this is. And for me, it was seamless because I got mine in the mail. I filled that bad boy out, put it right back in the mailbox. I mean, we really got to get serious about what we're doing because there's no way I don't know if I can survive another DeSantis term. I don't know if I can survive it.
We can, we just don't want to. We shouldn't have to either. Not that we don't want to, we should not have to deal with that. Because it ain't gonna be 4 years because he's trying to be president. So we shouldn't have to deal with that for 2 more years. We just should not have to.
I don't want to. I don't want.
And then the thing about it is, even if he wants to run for president, he really ain't gonna be working because he got to start campaigning in 23. So he literally gonna like, if he gets reelected, he's gonna start he's campaigning now, but he legit gonna be campaigning. So he ain't gonna be doing enough for Florida but cause problems.
He already caused problems. He went and endorsed a whole bunch of school board members, school board candidates, and 27 of them won their seat. Straight up. Like, I'm confused.
People better be careful what they wish for. They ain't gonna be happy with that.
Lord have mercy.
You still got to make sure students are college ready, and if you're gonna try to teach them lies, it's 50 states in these here United States.
It sure is.
And if the few in the South want to talk crazy when you try to send them kids to college and they don't know nothing, I'm like, how that's gonna work?
How that gonna work?
How is that gonna work?
And then when they start spewing the rhetoric that they got from when they was coming,
they're gonna be looking real stupid and getting F's.
Not even that. I'm like, you going against what they call it, university policy. What you doing?
And whatever, they're gonna just be in there talking stupid and getting F's because they don't know nothing. Go in there and talk that foolish. They be like, you and everybody gonna be like, oh, you must be from Florida.
The Satan is ruining all the kids over here.
Just got y'all out here looking
all these things. Ruining them and then sending them out to be ministers to society.
No, not ministers, sending them out to look stupid.
I'm just saying, child. Listen, doesn't a menace look stupid?
Yeah,
ministers. You can't. I just can't fathom. I mean, didn't you say that a whole school board was flipped?
Yeah, in Sarasota, and I used to live in Sarasota, so they vote Republican because they protecting their money. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, there's a whole bunch of money out there. You know, they're like, listen, I love the tax laws, but all the rest of that, and they ain't doing it for the rest of it. They doing it for tax purposes. And look at the consequence. You're going to end up with your kids not knowing nothing.
Lord have mercy. I'm just saying, y'all, we really need to put pressure. Now we have a candidate that's running against him. Y'all need to fall in line.
We got to fall in line.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
And people need to stop talking to Charlie. Be like, listen, homie, you gonna need to toughen up. Met garçon soul.
I'm gonna need you. Met garçon soul. Verité. I'm gonna need you to put your big boy panties on or big boy pants on. You put your trousers on.
Fight you in, not the one you want to be in, but fight the one you're in.
Yeah, because the Satan ain't nice. He nothing nice.
And if he think he gonna punk you, he will.
He will. And he gonna punk you on a national stage because you know he
disrespectfully.
He very disrespectfully. He does press conferences when the wind blows. So you think he's not gonna do a press conference for you, sir?
You know.
Listen,
you know, a press conference like, oh, look who the Democrats sent to fight me.
Okay, so
they ain't had nothing better to do.
And what you need to do, Charlie Crist, is say, what we not gonna do, the state. What we not gonna do is come for me, because I ain't sent for you. That's what you need to do, Charlie Crist. You need to
tell him that you've been playing it. You've been doing this politicking since he was in like high school. So
listen. So show him how it's done, Charlie Crist.
How it's done.
Show him how it's done.
Put that 30 years of being a politician to work.
Yeah, please. Listen, let me tell you something. It's all or nothing, people. It's all or nothing. You got to leave it on the floor. How the kids them say you got to put everything on the floor.
Yeah, put it on the floor.
Put on the floor. We got to go. We got to get to it or whatever. So, you know, hey, all I'm saying is we just need to get our stuff together.
All right. So those of y'all that want to vote in November, if you know people that didn't register yet, make sure they register. I think before like October the 7th or October the 5th.
I'll give you the dates.
Okay.
Voter registration deadline is October 11th.
Oh, October 11th. Okay.
October 11th. October 29th, early voting begins. All right. Deadline to request vote by mail by 5 p.m. on October 29th. All right. November 5th is early voting ends. And then November 8th is election day. So October 11th, make sure you register to vote if you haven't registered to vote.
If you got 18-year-olds that, you know, kids that are turning 18 before that day, make sure they register so they can vote.
Get them registered. October 29th is early voting. Get them babies out early. Request your mail-in ballot. I would suggest
so you can at least see who's on the ballot in case you need to ask questions. Yep. And then so about these candidates or research them, you'll get the information so you don't have to be guessing when you get into the voting booth. Okay.
Absolutely. So October 29th through November 5th is early voting. All right. And the last day you can vote is November 8th. the last
day. Last day.
So make sure you jump on there and you get your stuff in, mail in your ballots, get your stuff completed. Even if you don't mail your ballot, fill your ballot out, take it to your polling place, drop that bad boy off.
They have the white tents with the box, and people are monitoring the box so you can drop it off. Don't let them people tell you that it's an unmonitored box and people could drop fake ballots. Right? No, it's a monitored box there.
It's a monitored box. Listen, let me tell you something. I've been saying this since we started this show. Your vote is your superpower. You know, all heroes ain't got capes. Some of us got pens and a ballot. All right. And we take it to the ballot box. And I'm telling you, you look at the races that we've talked about. Some have been won by 5 votes. Some have been won by 100 votes. Your vote matters. Representation matter. We need to make sure our community is on these daises, in these rooms, in these senates, in these House of Representatives. We have to have a voice. We had a whole governor allowed seats to be left vacant, where we couldn't vote. Some districts didn't have a vote. They didn't have a say, just so he could prolong special election. He don't care about the people. When somebody cares about the people, you fill in that gap to make sure that there's representations for those districts. He completely ignored them. He deliberately let it go. And then we had our special elections and those people took office. And then it was at the end of the session where nothing could have been voiced for those districts. You know, how do you claim to say that you're serving all of Florida when you deliberately ignored districts that needed representation and didn't have it? I'm just saying. These are facts. These are not made up information. I'm not inflating nothing. I'm not over exaggerating. This is what happened. All right. He redistricted. He basically said, oh, well, both the Republicans and the Democrats agreed on a map. And he was like, no, I don't want that. That's not what we're doing. The people have spoken. But he basically said, I don't care if you spoke. I'm going to do it my way. That's not representing. He's not representing Florida or Floridians. He's representing himself. So, you know, and those who are like the Satan, they are not allowed to keep their jobs. The power is with the people, not the people in power. Let me just make that very clear, right? Because the power is with the people, not the people in power. The people in power have power because of us. And we can change them out, fire them, let them go. Because when you're not doing the people's work, you're being insubordinate and you don't get to keep your job, period. So we'll see y'all next week. I gave you dates for November election. Don't sleep on that. We will reach out to the candidates who have runoffs. See if they want to come on and talk to us about the continuation of their campaign. And then, you know, see how we can help those who we can help. I know for sure, Val Demings is going to be a big race to watch. We need her desperately in the Senate. So this is not like, you know, we really need to have her in the Senate. We need to get a Senate majority, you know, because the two that claim that they're supposed to be Democrats in the Senate out here just doing all kinds of foolery. So we let's make sure we support. Let's make sure we fall in line. Charlie Crist was not my first choice. However, I will be supporting him. And I asked and plead that everybody else do the same. And, you know, we may have to just reach out to that's Val Demings' website where you can go and donate. You're on mute.
There's a women's event tomorrow, no, Friday night, and you can register for that event. So just go ahead if you got time. The chief is gonna be there. She's gonna so it's a bunch of positive women, women in the community that's supporting the candidacy. There'll be some other electeds there. It's gonna be a big event. We're welcoming the chief, our Democratic nominee for U.S. Senate. So go ahead, register. We can't tell you where the location is. You got to register to get it, to find out where the event is. So if you can make it, it's on Friday at 6:30 or 7 o'clock or something like that. So go ahead and register.
Plan sounds like a plan. Maria says Secretary of Agriculture race, I believe, saw JR on your show.
Yeah,
yes.
he was on the show. He was. Yeah, he was there. He was on the show.
And Valencia Gabriel says, "Thank you, ladies. I enjoyed the conversation." Well,
That's
thank you.
That's my classmate. That's my classmate. We went to high school together.
Right.
Yes.
And Latricia Graves, Tamiko. Let's see what else
ladies.
is on here. Mr. Neptune be chiming in every so often. We like you, Mr.
Yes,
Mark.
we missed you. We haven't heard from you in a while.
What's going on? We like talking to Mr. Neptune.
Yeah. He keeps us on our toes.
He sure do. And remember, Mark Spence is running for seat 1 in Lauderdale Lakes. Let me find his information so I can put it back up there.
He's up there somewhere. But we ain't gonna keep y'all too long. So it was an interesting cycle. Mix Florida is in play. We gotta see what we can do. We can be the change makers. We can make Manchin irrelevant. You know, he was trying to act like him and Cinema. They were acting like they were too powerful. So we can make them irrelevant by Warnock winning, by going back for sure. Definitely by sending Val Demings. Mandela Barnes in Wisconsin is an option. So that's a very good candidate that's coming out of Wisconsin. And I can't remember the Pennsylvania guy who's running against Mehmet Oz. He is dragging Dr. Oz with his own words. Like his campaign ads are basically Dr. Oz saying dumb stuff. He don't even say nothing. He just showing videos of out of touch Dr. Oz saying dumb stuff.
But that's how you campaign though. I like it. That's how you campaign. I feel like that's great because you ain't got to say nothing. Let your opponent.
He is dragging it with his own words.
Listen, hey,
his name is Fetterman. It's Fetterman. He's dragging that dude with his own right. What was the last thing? Was he talking about it was some vegetable plate that he was making. What's the vegetable plate called? See, I don't even know that stuff. But he's been literally dragging him with his own word.
Listen, did Marjorie Taylor Greene thing happen yet, or is that
no? That's November too. Marcus Flowers and But the thing is, like, that's from crudité. Thank you, Tamiko. So I learned about crudité. So Fetterman is dragging Dr. Oz about crudité.
Okay, y'all better come on with it now.
I'm telling you. So Fetterman, if we could get him in Pennsylvania, keep Warnock, get Val Demings in there, get my Mandela Barnes out of Wisconsin, we have a chance to make that U.S. Senate Democratic.
To keep it and then make sure we get a majority so we can pass some things through. Because I'm telling you, man.
They could codify some of these laws, but
I'm hoping that we can at least
voting rights.
Come after those 3 Supreme Court judges that lied on their application.
Well, listen, they got other business to handle. You know what I'm saying? If they codify and make those things law in the courts, hey, y'all play stupid if you want to. But I need them to handle some real business first, and then they can go after those judges later. I need them to codify, criminal justice reform, voting rights, and women reproductive rights. Handle that and then go mess with those liars. But
there needs to be repercussions on lies on your resume.
Repercussions and consequences.
On your application. When you're on your application, you lied on your application, child. There needs to be some repercussions.
And consequences. Crudité. All right, so now that's gonna be part of but now I won't forget. Thank you, Tamiko. So
that's gonna be part of your vernacular, child.
Yes, I'm gonna make a crudité.
All right, so we'll see y'all next week.
We're
going to be pushing November elections. We're going to talk about races that are coming up and supporting those. And listen, donate if you can. You got Mark Spence here, who's
candidates.
From Lakes. Go on his website, give him a little change.
That coffee money. Give him your Starbucks money because them $5 add up. It all adds up.
It sure do. Yvette DeBose is running in Fort Lauderdale. So we'll get all that information and start talking about everybody then. But we appreciate y'all.
Yes.
And listen, hopefully this election cycle has given you the momentum to tell your friends, your family, everybody say, hey, you know what? November's coming up. We need to be part of this conversation. Yeah. We need to be part of this process. Because I'm telling you, I refuse to do another term with that man. There's no way. There's no way. Can't do it. All right, y'all. Be safe. Night.